Hi everybody, and welcome back to Orchard Breeze. Today's show will be a little different than what we normally do. Today's show will be dedicated to a gentleman in particular, and that gentleman's name is Ernie. DJ Ernie of Orchard Beach. Ernie's been playing music here for 40 years, and he's been sharing it and bringing it to the people on a weekly basis. Every summer you can count on seeing Ernie. We thought it'd be interesting to share it with you, so we hope that you're comfortable as you enjoy the Latin stylings of DJ Ernie of Orchard Beach. Okay, we're finally here with Ernie at Orchard Beach, swinging to Latin music. Ernie, it's so great to finally get to talk to you, man. We've been talking to people about what you've been doing. Everybody loves you. Tell us, how long you've been doing it, Ernie?
This July 4th will be 41 years here at Orchard Beach. Yeah. We started in the sand in Section 3, and then we moved down to Section 5, down in Section 5, and we were playing the music on the boardwalk. So one day there was a little riot, so the police couldn't get the horses by or whatever. So the captain suggested that I could go into the courtyard. And the courtyard, it was right behind the restaurant over there. Yeah. And we were there for maybe about 15, 20 years. And then we moved down here because they made the new basketball courts.
I guess you've had a lot of trials and tribulations through the years, huh? Have you ever had any trouble with cops and bureaucracy?
Yeah, when I first started, they used to give me word of mouth. But one year, this cop was on a motorcycle. I guess he was out to get me or whatever. So he said if I set up my equipment, that he would take all the equipment and everything. So I got a bunch of fellas, and we went down to the captain over here at Orchard Beach. And we told him, well, this is like a family affair, you know. We're no young kids playing, you know, rap music or whatever. So I brought down judges, retired judges, politicians, and they saw, you know, that we never had any problem out here playing the music. But it still took me over 40 years, 35 years to get a permit.
Jesus Christ, that's a long time, Ernie.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah. Listen, somebody told me that you're not Latino. How did you get involved with Latin music?
Everybody asked me that. A friend of mine, my cousin, taught me the basic steps. And then we went up to the Palladium Ballroom 1952 when I was in my last year of high school. And this girl asked me if I knew how to work this Wallensack recorder. So I told her that I didn't know. Then I got somebody to show me. And Charlie Palmieri was the first band that I recorded at the Palladium Ballroom. And this was between the lessons by Joe Killer Pyro. He gave dancing lessons at the Palladium every Wednesday from 8 to 9. So Charlie was my first one to let me tape. But I had a lot of problems with the other bands because they didn't know me.
So you used to be quite a dancer. Do you still dance, Ernie?
Yeah, we still do shows. In fact, I did the last show with Puente at Yale University. And that was the next to the last time that I saw him. Yeah. And he passed away 2 weeks after that.
Oh, that's a shame.
And the last time I recorded him at SOB with Los Papines.
Ah, Los Papines.
Yeah, I'm going to play some of that music today.
Ernie, I have to ask you, after 40 years, what keeps you still motivated to do this? I guess it's a lot of work.
Just seeing the people come out here and have a good time, you know, dancing, that's my reward.
Yeah.
And that says it all. I just love to play the music. In fact, all my music, I would say 90% of it, I have recorded live. And this year, I dedicate myself to play the best dance music that the beach has ever heard. And I have not played this music, before. On 4th of July will be my 41st anniversary. And that's where I'm going to play some really heavy stuff that I never played in public before.
That's great. I guess if we were to take a survey, everybody would agree, or most people would agree, that this is the best dance music in the Bronx. Brought to you by Ernie. Ernie, how do you go about getting live music?
Well, what I do, at first I use the reel and I used 2 mics, and then I went up to 4 mics. Then when I started with the cassettes, 1976. So by that time I had about 8 mics. And then when I started to record on DAT recorders, now I'm recording on a mini CD. I use about 15 mics now.
Yeah. The technology's changed a lot, huh?
Yes. But the reel is still the best sound.
Is it really?
Yeah, still the best sound.
Yeah. You know, people get depressed when it rains because they know there's not going to be a show.
I know.
I guess it's impossible to play when it's raining out here.
Well, we done it a couple of times. You know, we would be out here and the rain would fall, you know. But you see, we have the canopy. So everybody stayed because they got wet by the time they got to the parking lot, so they might as well stay over here and dance.
Well, today being Puerto Rican Day, Ernie, I guess you're Puerto Rican by...
in my heart.
You've been inducted.
In my heart, I'm Puerto Rican, yes.
Do you speak Spanish, Ernie?
Very little. I was so busy taping the music.
Yeah.
But that's my passion, is playing the music for the people here.
Ernie, we were looking all over for you during when it was still cold out here because we wanted to do this piece. And we were so happy that we finally found you and that we're getting a chance to finally talk to you and do this show. Ernie, tell me, how much longer you think you can keep this up?
Well, as long as I can. I think I can keep it up maybe another good 10 years. Yeah.
Ernie, what are you going to do with all this music?
I'm trying to get it into a culture center, and I've been trying for the last 20 years with no success. And this music is going to get lost. If nobody comes forward and help me get a grant to save this music. Do you know how many people that I got recorded that's passed away? And I got recordings that people don't even know about, like Daniel Santos singing with Classico. Nobody knows about that because I play it out here, and it's all live. And I have a big video collection. Oh, forget it. I got videos. I'm gonna play one. I'm gonna play one important number July 4th, and it's with the Gilberto Santa Rosa with the Grand Combo. He sings all the Grand Combo's numbers. Wait till the people hear that, they're gonna freak out.
Well, you know, Fernando Ferrer is running for mayor, and if you're watching this, Freddie, we hope that you can find a place for Ernie's music because it's a rich part of our culture. We want to keep this music, and if you can help us out, help Ernie out in any way.
Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over to the office because they have a cultural center there, and talk to them next week. And then meet with him and see what we can do about saving his music. Yale and Harvard is fighting over it. They're fighting over it. But you know, how many Latinos or blacks gonna go up to Yale and Harvard to hear the music? You know, not that many. So I want to keep it in New York City or Washington, D.C.
We think that's a great thing. Tell me, I know that you mentioned that you've started in the Palladium. Tell us a little bit what you used to do in the Palladium.
Oh, in the Palladium, when I started there 1952 and I turned professional dancer about 1957.
Yeah.
And then I danced there every Wednesday night. I met Marlon Brando, Lucille Ball. I met all the stars. And I danced the last Wednesday at the Palladium, and Machito played.
Yeah. And you remember the Savoy and all of the big spots?
I won a contest at the Palladium, and the prize was to dance at the Apollo with Machito, and that was my first professional performance with Machito's orchestra at the Apollo.
Ernie, in all of these years that you've been out here with the music, what would you consider your biggest thrill in all the years that you've been dealing and bringing the music to the people?
Well, I got like a theme song with Oscar de Leon. I'm gonna play it before I leave today. It's like my theme, and the people go nuts over it.
They call it Ernie's theme?
Yeah, Oscar's theme.
All right.
Where he salutes all the countries. And then he comes to Puerto Rico, and these people, they go berserk.
Ernie, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'll be 67 in November.
What do you guys think? Wonderful. Man looks great. 67 years, almost 67 years old. Ernie, we hope that you could give us another 67 years of wonderful music. You know, we all love you. You know, and I'll continue to come as long as I know you're here.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ernie. Thank you very much. We're back with the mayor of Orchard Beach. What's your name?
Joe Williams.
Joe.
Been in Orchard Beach since it opened in 1936.
Joe, why they call you the mayor of Orchard Beach?
Because I'm duly elected, I don't even run for office anymore. They automatically made me the honorary mayor of Orchard Beach. Alcalde de la Playa. Before me, it used to be down Section 8 when the Italians had it, but when the Puerto Ricans took over, they automatically named me the mayor.
And so you're not Puerto Rican?
Aquí nosotros puertorriqueños, Puerto Rican by birth, no, but Puerto Rican by contact, como siempre.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
In Harlem and the Bronx. I've been in the Bronx since 1944. I've lived in Co-op City for 31 years. I hung out in all the salsa joints from 1948 until the present.
And how do you know Ernie?
I was in the Palladium when Ernie walked in, young kid. I was already going there. The Palladium opened 1947, 1948 it went Latin, closed in 1964. There were other rumors that the Palladium closed earlier, but I got tickets that showed that the Palladium was still going in 1964. Ernie was one of the greatest dancers that ever came to the Palladium. He used to dance with a girl named Dottie. Cuban Pete was there, all the old dancers. In those days, the best dancers at the Palladium were the Italian and Jewish girls. They did all the spectacular dances with the shows and whatnot. Then the Latinos came. The Palladium was Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. People call me now and say, oh, you got to go to the Cope or you got to go to this place or that. I said, I don't have to go nowhere. When we would dance, we were dancing 6 nights a week. Monday to...
When did you rest?
And went to work. I worked 40 years in the post office. Monday night we used to go to the Savoy in Harlem. They call it Latin Night in Harlem. Machito was the premier band. Tuesday was the Royal Mansion, 169th Street and Boston Road. Tito Puente and Tito Rodriguez. Wednesday, everybody dressed up to go to the Palladium. Thursday, most of the people rested up to get ready for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
What's the biggest difference you see between now and those days, the days at the Savoy and at the Palladium? What's the biggest difference that you see?
The biggest difference is that somewhere in the interim that the younger people lost interest in salsa because they came into hip-hop and whatnot. But you can see that they're coming back. The parents brought them back. They see it, they love it. And 1954, Lee Mortimer, who was a writer for the Mirror, I think the paper was at that time, he says, oh yeah, they didn't call it salsa then, they called it the mambo. They said, the mambo's on the way out. 47 years later, the mambo's still here.
It's still alive,
Still alive. And I just want to go down in history as being the world's oldest salsero.
We're here with a Latin legend, and you are?
Jimmy Sabatel Gonzalez.
Jimmy Sabatel. I'm insane to be with you. Old Joe Cuba. Jimmy, it's great to see you and finally get to talk to you.
Aquí estoy en Orchard Beach. Decidí no ir al desfile puertorriqueño porque, mucha gente, ¿tú entiendes? Mucha gente, about 2 million people. Y aquí estoy con, listening to Ernie playing his stuff, and it's a pleasure. The weather is fine. My vision is getting very loaded.
Well, that's part of what Orchard Beach is about, brother.
Yeah, Orchard Beach is the Puerto Rican Riviera. Nice.
Yeah. You still playing music?
Yeah. I was working last night with la hija de Felo Brito, singer, Cuban singer, used to sing with.
Everybody knows who Felo Brito is.
Oh, you know who Felo Brito is? La hija de, que tocaba con Fajardo.
Yeah.
He's got a grown daughter that turned out to be a wonderful singer. Yeah. And I was working with her with this American band yesterday,
Yeah.
And
you don't play with Joe Cuba no more?
No. Step by step.
Okay.
Slowly.
Moving right along. We're here celebrating Ernie at Orchard Beach. Actually, did you know that it's been 40 years?
It's been 40 years for
40
Ernie?
years. 40 years that he's been playing the music.
And he hasn't gained an ounce.
He hasn't gained an ounce, man. But he's gained a lot of experience.
But he's got a lot of respect, though, and a lot of admiration.
Sure do. Look, the place is
when
packed.
you would think of Orchard Beach, you think of Ernie.
Sure, for real.
Ernie, I met Ernie in the Palladium when I used to play with Joe Cuba in the Palladium, and Ernie was one of the standard dancers. Every Wednesday, used to do a show. Him and some chubby bro, together they look like a 10.
Okay, I hope she's not watching.
No. Well, I mean, I'm not being offensive, am I?
No, it's
okay.
Cool.
And Ernie, you know, ese tipo baila como like, my God, that's like spaghetti on a hot Skittle.
We'd love to see Ernie dance. Maybe we can convince him to dance later on.
Oh, yeah.
But I heard he was a professional dancer.
We did a show in Northport, Massachusetts. Vitín Avilés, Chocolate Almentero, myself, Ernie with Ana Arraya. A few people went, I forget who else. El hijo de Peter Conde Rodriguez. Quite a few people went, and it was a sold-out show. It was very, very nice. Yeah. Vitín Avilés stole the show.
Yeah. I heard Peter Conde passed away.
Pete died, my God, you know, that's so tragic. In that era, I mean, in that space of time, Tito Puente died May 31st, and then se murió, yo creo que a un tipo que se llama Amadeo, piano player, Pete, you know, my God. The guys, I said, wait a minute. I said, Tito está mandando a buscar a todo el mundo. I said, let me send him a telegram to tell him that I'm retired.
Jimmy, would you sing a little song for us and share it with our audience? I mean, I'm sure that America wants to hear you sing.
Bueno, está bien, ¿me permite?
Jimmy Sabatel, everybody.
Okay, buenas tardes, buenas noches, whenever they're going to hear this. Desde aquí de Orchard Beach, a me decir, te seguiré hasta el fin de este mundo. Te seguiré con este amor profundo. Solo a ti entregaré el corazón, mi cariño y mi fe. Y por nada, ni nadie en el mundo, te olvidaré. That's enough, right?
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you very much, brother. Another guest.
Woo!
This time with
Nancy Mejías. En persona, celebrando.
A Todo Colores.
Blanco, azul y rojo. Hasta que se me quedaron las otras piezas allá.
Nancy, happy Puerto Rican Day.
Hey, happy Puerto Rican Day. I'm 100% Puerto Rican.
How come you're not in the parade?
Because there's so much all over, and Puerto Ricans all over, and I came down here to meet the rest of the people from the parade to come down and welcome them and party.
Yeah.
Yes.
You still got the feeling?
Yes, since I was born.
Yeah.
Yes.
What brings you to Orchard Beach every year? Because every year I see you here.
Hi. The people, friends. It's a beautiful beach. You should come down and see it. It's gorgeous. She comes a long way. And I grew up here. Every July, I celebrated my birthday here with my parents when I was little. And I love it. It's Orchard Beach.
Nancy, tell us about Ernie. What are your remembrances, your fondest memories of Ernie? Not that he needs any memories, but you've been coming here a long time. What do you love most about Ernie's music?
Wow. I love his speakers. They're still the original ones. And the music, and he looks great. He's very, very powerful, healthy, and strong, and wise. And he comes here to bring us beautiful music, all kinds of music for all kinds of people.
And it's free.
And it's free. It's definitely free.
That's right. That's right. And that's part of what makes Ernie so cool, that he puts the expense. By the way, for those of you that want to contribute, contributions are accepted. So, yeah, whatever you can contribute to keeping this music here in Orchard Beach for Ernie and for us, for everybody, is really appreciated. Summer's just starting.
Yes, it is. I couldn't wait anymore. I'm not a winter person.
Yeah, you were going crazy?
I did. I had to take medication for winter so I can survive for the summer.
You was Orchard Beach syndrome.
That's it, yeah. Beach bum.
Nancy, you look great. How do you stay in shape?
I drink palcha and I eat very little, but I eat everything.
Yeah.
I just don't fill up my plate. Arroz con gandules, tostones, tatara. And
Nancy.
dance. Don't stop dancing. That's the best workout. It's better than 10 push-ups. You dance a merengue, un cha-cha, and you lose it. Fast. 1, 2, 3.
Y pa' encima.
Pa' encima. Romper las speakers.
Nancy, thank you for sharing some time with us on our show,
I
Orchard Breeze.
loved it.
We're glad that we were able to spend this little time with you, and we're going to be looking for you. We're going to look for you on the dance floor over there, see if you still got some moves.
Look for my hat. I love you.
Thank you, Nancy. I love you too,
Okay.
baby. And we're here with a couple of interesting guests, in my opinion. What's your name?
My name is Artie Ramos.
And
I'm DJ Taz.
you're not Artie from Side Street, are you?
Well, I'm Artie. I run around in Side Street. That's what they say. I don't know.
Artie's an institution in the Bronx. He's been carrying the music to the people for a very long time out at Side Street. Artie, happy Puerto Rican Day to you, first off.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you
And
very
we're here
much.
celebrating Ernie and 40 years of carrying the music to the people. What's going on in Side Street?
Well, we're going to try to do our Sundays again, our famous, what they call after the beach parties. Every Sunday, we're going to present the best in salsa. But this year, we're going to present not only salsa, R&B's, house music, disco, whatever. I mean, the music, I feel, has changed over the years so much that we have to expand it to a more wider horizon of music. And we're going to try to do again our after the beach parties.
And this gentleman is your DJ.
This is DJ Taz. One day I was stuck. I had no DJ. This is the truth. It was during the Mets playoff, and my DJ never showed up. And I had met him once before, and I called his house. I says, Taz, this is Artie. And he says, what are you doing? Watching the Mets playoff. I says, Taz, I don't have a DJ. He says, Artie, I'll be there within half an hour. He's been with me ever since.
And how long ago was that?
That's about almost a year, about
Yeah.
almost about 9, 10 months. And then but I wasn't sure about his salsa music, but I know he spun everything else. I said, can you spin salsa? He says, I'll try.
So what were your influences, Taz, coming up? What did you listen to?
Well, I listen to hip hop, of course. I like the old school. But as I got older, I learned that there's a lot of different music, so you got to be able to please salseros, hip hoppers, people who like reggae. So I taught myself to play everything.
To become versatile. So I guess the face of music has changed a lot, huh, Artie?
It has changed somewhat, but you know what? This here, what we're hearing right now, is the real salsa. And when you sit down, when you start to hear it, it makes the hairs on your body stand up.
Sure does,
It's
doesn't
like, this is what it's all about. We can't forget where the roots came from. It's over here. Especially, honestly, Ernie.
It is. Ernie is the man. That's why we're here today. And just if you could just look around, see the people having a great time, and it's free. Okay, this time we got a special guest star. What's your name?
Mike Guagenti.
Michael Argenti.
Yeah, I
huh?
worked with Joe Cuba for 8 years. Tito Puente, Machito, Harlow, Broadway, Fajardo, all them bands there. And I'm glad you're taking an interview with me.
You're Italian.
I'm Sicilian. Watch your mouth. All right?
And how'd you get into Latin music?
I used to be a boxer, like Oscar de Leon was a boxer. He turned into music.
Right.
So that's what I did. I turned into music because I didn't want to hurt the boxers.
And how long have you been doing this?
40 years.
40 years, that's a long time.
55 bands. You're a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you on the show, man. You're an interesting man. Do you still sing?
Yes, with American bands, they pay better than the Latin bands right now.
Yeah.
And I'm retired since '87, right? But I want to make the money. You know, bring home the cash. Over there, right behind you, if you could see, it's Rikers Island, Hart's Island. I spend a lot of times there too, right?
Can you give us a little sample of your singing?
Hey, right now.
Come on, sing us a little thing.
No. Bang, 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 bang. That's a singer. That's a singer from nowadays, right? The Budweiser's helped me out. What are you looking at? Oh, yeah.
We want to thank you, man. That's cool that you shared some time with us.
Do you know what's your name again?
My name is Bob Gotay from Orchard Breeze.
Orchard Breeze.
Orchard Breeze is the name of the show.
Okay. Thank you very much for having an interview with you guys. And that's who I am, 55 years, 55 bands, 40 years worth. You shut that off while I was talking, right? No. All right. I'm a killer, baby.
And that's what we're talking about.
I'm the killer in Manila. Thank you very much.
All right, man. Back again here with Ernie. Ernie, it's getting crowded here, man. Looks like a lot of people are following you and your music.
Oh, every Sunday. Even when the bands are here, they stay with me, and then the crowd that's over there at the stage, at 6 o'clock they come over here, so around 6:30 it's really mobbed over here. They're gonna start the bands July 1st.
Yeah.
And I might play the stage a couple of times this year.
Oh, that'll be great, man. That'll be a nice twist.
Yeah. I have already, you know, in past years.
Yeah, Ernie, you gonna play any of the new stuff you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna start playing it now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What have you done lately?
Conjunto Libre, Manuel Kindo's Libre, Grupo Nietzsche last week with Tito Gomez at SOB. I go there like every Monday to record the
That's
bands.
every Monday at SOBs. The music is still going. It's still good and swinging, and Ernie's a part of it.
They're bringing in a lot of Cuban bands now, so that's what I've been doing over there, videotaping and recording.
Ernie, maybe we'll get a little bit more with you. We know you're busy. You're gonna go back play some more music.
Yeah.
And we'll be around. We'll talk to you a little bit later on.
Okay.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right. That just about does it for another show from Orchard Beach. We hope you enjoyed our show this week. We're gonna leave you now with some of the sounds of Ernie here at Orchard Breeze.
Yo quiero oír un jíbaro cantar y le conteste un gato en madrugada. Comer como rosa y oler las rosas de mi rosal. Del norte, del este, del sur y oeste, Conción, San Juan. Valle de Collones, déjame que llore mientras llego allá. Y déjame soñar desde acá y déjame soñar. Déjame soñar.